All right, as we have been reporting today, O.J. Simpson will soon be a free man in October. He could be allowed to leave prison. He has served nearly the 9-year minimum of his 33-year sentence for armed robbery of 2 sports memorabilia dealers. Today, a parole board in Nevada granted him his freedom. And joining us now is News 6's legal expert Stephen Kramer to break down today's hearing for us and what comes next. You say you were not surprised by the decision.
No, I wasn't surprised. I don't think many legal experts were surprised. You know, the fact is, what was at issue today was this set of crimes. What everybody is outraged about is what happened in the 90s. But the parole board was very clear. They were not going to consider the civil case. They were not going to consider the criminal case. They were not going to consider those murder charges. They were looking at this crime in question.
Okay, so he could go free by October. Tell us a little bit about why he might be coming to settle right here in Florida.
Well, you know, he lived in Florida before. You know, that's the place he chose to make his home. You know, many people speculate that the reason he came to Florida is because Florida is friendly to people that owe money, to debtors. You know, we have homestead protection. That means, you know, people generally can't take away your house. Creditors can't take away your house. It's protected under our homestead law. And then, of course, we have some favorable rules as far as garnishing wages and taking away, you know, those wages that you earn. So Florida, for many reasons, makes sense to OJ. And then, you know, he's got a reputation for being a golfer and liking golfing. And, you know, maybe that was one of his factors, too.
Because he's not a pauper. I mean, he's not poor. He's got money.
No. I mean, well, I mean, he claims to be poor. After this case happened, his house, as I understand it, went into foreclosure. And if you remember back into the 90s when that civil trial was going on, his defense team claimed he was negative $9 million.
And what you're getting at is the judgment awarded to Ron Goldman's family during a civil trial where they were awarded $33.5 million. So he potentially is hoping that by coming to Florida, he will be protected financially.
I think that's one of the reasons he's going to be coming here. And, you know, $33.5 million, there's no way he's ever going to pay that in his lifetime. And there's no way that the Goldman family is ever going to let up. For them, that is part of the justice that they want to seek. And that's got to be part of his calculus in coming here.
It was interesting watching how they explained everything so thoroughly and went through kind of the rating system at the beginning as far as, oh, you're a good risk. I mean, obviously, to kind of let the public know this is the right decision. Yeah,
there was some setup there. You heard the parole officer. They don't want to be pariahs. They don't want to be, you know, they don't want to be taken down on social media, and they don't want the ire and hatred of the entire country. They want to explain why they made the decision and the standards they use. And what they're really looking at is what is the likelihood of risk to the community in releasing this 70-year-old man who has been a model prisoner, who, you know, was a basketball coach and a peacemaker in prison. And here's a reality. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel like the right thing to do.
So just one final thing. If you were advising him, and if you're not, what would your advice be to him if he's anywhere living a free man? What would you say to him?
Well, you know, the question is, can he keep the straight and narrow path? The board was very clear in warning him that if he's straight at all, he's going to be back in prison. If he goes back to prison for violating his parole, I don't know when he sees the light of day again. And the reality is he should lead a quiet life, and he should go ahead and keep to his family and keep to himself. And that's the best thing he can do, is put his head down and lead a quiet life.
Obviously, pretty much everyone on the planet knows who he is, so everyone's going to be watching to see exactly what he does. Stephen Kramer, thank you for joining us this afternoon. To see more from today's hearing and to look back at Simpson's legal troubles, go to clickorlando.com.